Today is Monday, April 14th, 2025. We have someone signed up for public comment, which we will start with, and that is Mr. Steve Ryder. Mr. Ryder, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members of the committee. I'm speaking on the issue today. The Nashville Public Library is going to build a new library at Hadley Park. And the resolution that you have before you is to acquire a piece of property, which is the old Wendy's, which is vacant right now. What I'm concerned about is Samaritan Ministries is right adjacent to that. And so Samaritan Ministries is going to be sandwiched between the existing library and this new piece of property that Metro is acquiring. Samaritan Ministries has been there a long time. They serve a meal to the vulnerable on a regular basis. They've been a very important part of the community. And my concern is I just wanted to make sure that they have some sort of accommodation where they can continue to serve the community over there. I was kind of blindsided with this. I did not know that this was coming about. I'll try to attend the library board meeting tomorrow to learn more, but just to be on the safe side, I did want to address the committee here. I see that there's a closing date for later this month. I think it's pretty common that you can probably get an extension, but I really want to make sure that the interests of the Nashville community, especially in North Nashville, that Samaritan Ministries can continue the services that they're providing over there. So thank you very much, and I'll try to learn more as the day progresses and tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ryder. Okay, moving on to our agenda. Well, first off, I want to announce that we do have a quorum and that Chair Gamble is not with us today. Those that I see present are council members Allen, Benedict, Cap, Horton, Coupin, and the Vice Chair, Rutherford. Did I miss anyone else? Oh, I missed Cortez and Councilmember Vo. Okay. And moving on to the agenda, we have a rather lengthy agenda. We're going to do a consent, which is most of it, but we'll also do a deferral consent because we have a few items on deferral, but we'll start with the main consent. So those items on consent are item number 1, number 2, number 4. I'm sorry? I'll read the bill numbers? Yes. Okay. We'll start that again. Item number 1, which is RS 2025-1123. Item number 2, RS 2025-1142. Item number 4, RS 2025-1146. Item number 5, RS 2025-1147. Item number 6, RS 2025-1149. Item number 7, RS 2025-1156. Item number 8, RS 2025-1157. Item number 9, RS 2025-1159. Item number 10, RS 2025-1160. Item number 11, RS 2025-1161. Item number 12, RS 2025-1164. Item 13, RS 2025-1165. And then on second reading, item number 14, BL 2025-781. Item 17, BL 2025-785. Item 18, BL 2025-786. On third reading, item 19, BL 2025-705. Item 20, BL 2025-720. Item 21, BL 2025-721. Item 22, BL 2025-728. Item 23, BL 2025-730. Item 26, BL 2025-749. Item 27, BL 2025-750. Item 28, BL 2025-754. Item 29, BL 2025-755. Item 36, BL 2025-764. Item 37, BL 2025-765. Item 38, BL 2025-766. Item 39, BL 2025-767. Item 40, BL 2025-768. And item 41, BL 2025-769. Is there any of those that need to be removed? Councilmember Coupon, you're recognized.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Item number 2, RS 2025-1142, please.
It is removed. Is there any other item that needs to be removed? Okay. Now, bear with me while I read through the captions of those that remain on consent, and I will ask a final time at the end of that if anything needs to be removed. So the consent stands as this. Item number 1, RS 2025-1123, a resolution approving a preliminary engineering agreement between CSX Transportation, a Virginia corporation with its principal place of business, Jacksonville, Florida, and the Metropolitan government of Nashville and Davidson County to facilitate bridge replacement over CSXT rail at Due West Avenue. Item number 4, RS 2025-1146, a resolution authorizing the Metropolitan Development and Housing Agency to negotiate and enter into a pilot agreement and accept payments in lieu of ad valorem taxes with respect to a multifamily housing project located at 3539 Dickerson Pike, known as Artist Lofts. That is by Parker Porterfield and others. Item number 5, RS 2025-1147 by Porterfield, Gamble, and others, a resolution authorizing a grant of certain parcels of surplus real property to the Housing Fund Incorporated for the Nashville Community Land Trust. Item number 6, RS 2025-1149 by Taylor and Porterfield and others, a resolution approving an agreement for the purchase of half-acre parcel of property located at 1045 28th Avenue North for use in connection with construction of a new public library. Item number 7, RS 2025-1156 by Coupon, Porterfield, and others, a resolution approving a preliminary engineering agreement between CSX Transportation, a Virginia corporation with its principal place of business in Jacksonville, Florida, and the Metropolitan government of Nashville and Davidson County to facilitate the development of proposed improvements to existing roadway under CSX rail at First Street. Item number 8, RS 2025-1157 by Porterfield, Gamble, and others, a resolution approving an intergovernmental agreement by and between the State of Tennessee Department of Transportation and the Metropolitan government of Nashville and Davidson County by and through the Nashville Department of Transportation and Multimodal Infrastructure for the repair of existing pavement failures and resurfacing of 4.43 miles of Bell Road. Item number 9, RS 2025-1159 by Coupon, Gamble, and others, a resolution authorizing Urban Cowboy Arcade to construct and install an aerial encroachment at 230 Representative John Lewis Way North. Item number 10, RS 2025-1160, a resolution that is by Greg Porterfield and others, a resolution authorizing the Metropolitan government of Nashville and Davidson County acting by and through the Department of Water and Sewer Services to enter into a construction agreement and 6 pipeline crossing license agreement with R.J. Corman Railroad Company, Nashville and Eastern Railroad Line to develop 6 pipeline encroachments and construct and maintain 6 pipelines for waste, raw, and finished water in the railroad right-of-way at 1400 Pumping Station Road and Pumping Station Road, unnumbered in Davidson County. Item number 11, RS 2025-1161 by Stiles, Porterfield, and others, a resolution authorizing a supplemental agreement between Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County, acting by and through the Department of Waste and Sewerage Services, hereinafter called the licensee, and CSX Transportation Incorporated, herein called licensor, to abandon a casing pipe and construct, use, and maintain sanitary sewer line in the railroad right-of-way along Hurricane Creek in Rutherford County. Item number 12, RS 2025-1164 by Welch, Gamble, and others, a resolution authorizing the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County to accept new public sanitary sewer main and sanitary sewer manholes for property located at 108 Glen Rose Avenue. Item number 13, RS 2025-1165, a resolution authorizing the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County to accept new public sewer, sanitary sewer main and sanitary sewer manholes for property located at 2183 Kidd Road in Williamson County. Moving on to second reading, item number 14, BL 2025-781 by Vo and Porterfield and Gamble, and ordinance approving a lease agreement by and between the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County, acting by and through the Metropolitan Board of Education and Municipal Communications, LLC. Item number 17, BL 2025-785 by Kimbrough, Gamble, and others, and ordinance authorizing the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County to accept new public sanitary sewer main, sanitary sewer manholes, and easements for two properties located at 3565 Whites Creek Pike and Knight Drive Unnumbered, also known as Bounty Club Phase 1B. Item number 18, BL 2025-786 by Gamble, Parker, and Horton, and ordinance authorizing the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County to abandon existing public sanitary sewer main, sanitary sewer manholes, and easements for property located at 2807 Grandview Avenue, also known as Padel Haas. Now on to third reading consent, item number 19, BL 2025-705. An ordinance to amend Title 17 of the Metropolitan Code of Laws, the zoning ordinance and Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County, by changing from RS 10 to R10 zoning for property located at 1709 River Drive, approximately 12 feet north of River Court, 0.49 acres, all of which is described herein. Item number 20, BL 2025-720 by Benedict, an ordinance to amend Title 17 of the Metropolitan Code of Laws, the zoning ordinance of the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County, by changing from RS 7.5 to SP zoning for property located at 1265 McGavick Pike at the northwest corner of McGavick Pike and Oxford Street, 0.45 acres, to permit 6 multifamily residential units, all of which is described herein. Item number 21, BL 2025-721, an ordinance to authorize building material restrictions and requirements for BL 2025-720, a proposed specific plan zoning district for property located at 1265 McGavick Pike at the northwest corner of McGavick Pike and Oxford Street, 0.45 acres, to permit 6 multifamily residential, all of which is described herein. That is by Benedict. Item number 22, BL 2025-728 by Hancock, an ordinance to amend Title 17 of the Metropolitan Code of Laws, the zoning ordinance of the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County, by changing from RS 7.5 to R8 zoning for properties located at 354, 358, 362, and 366 Rio Vista Drive, approximately 400 feet southwest of Anderson Lane, 0.73 acres, all of which is described herein. Item number 23, BL 2025-730 by Kimbrough, an ordinance to amend Title 17 of the Metropolitan Code of Laws and Zoning Ordinance of the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County, by changing from RS 10 to R10 zoning for property located at 1809 County Hospital Road, approximately 254 feet east of Manchester Avenue, 0.51 acres, all of which described herein. Item number 26, BL 2025-749 by Parker, an ordinance to amend Title 17 of the Metropolitan Code of Laws, zoning ordinance of the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County specific plan, and rezone from RS5 to SB on properties located at 905 and 907 West Eastland Avenue, 930 and 930C McFerrin Avenue, and 609, 611, 613, 615, 625, 627, 629, 631, 633, 635, 637, 639, 641, 643, and 645 Richmond Bend, approximately 175 feet south of Seymour Avenue, and located within Greenwood Neighborhood Conservation Overlay District and the detached accessory dwelling unit overlay district zoned SP and RS5, 2.79 acres to permit 2 additional multifamily residential units, all of which described herein. Item number 27, BL 2025-750 by Parker, an ordinance to authorize building material restrictions and requirements for BL 2025-749, a proposed specific plan zoning district for properties located at 905, 907 West Eastland Avenue, 930 and 930C McFerrin Avenue, and 609, 611, 613, 615, 625, 627, 629, 631, 633, 635, 637, 639, 641, 643, 645 Richmond Bend, approximately 175 feet south of Seymour Avenue, and located in the Greenwood Neighborhood Conservation Overlay District and detached accessory dwelling unit overlay district zoned SP and RS5, 2.79 acres to permit 2 additional multifamily residential units, all of which described herein. Item number 28, BL 2025-754 by Parker, an ordinance to amend Title 17 of the Metropolitan Code of Laws, the zoning ordinance of the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County by changing from RS10 to SB zoning for properties located at 3304, 3306, 3308, 3312 Walton Lane, and Walton Lane unnumbered, approximately 278 feet west of Slate Drive, 3.11 acres to permit 78 multifamily residential units, all of which is described herein. Item number 29, BL 2025-755, an ordinance to authorize building material restrictions and requirements for BL 2025-754, a proposed specific plan zoning district for properties located at 3304, 3306, 3308, and 3312 Walton Lane and Walton Lane unnumbered, approximately 278 feet west of Slate Drive, 3.11 acres to permit 78 multifamily residential units, all of which described herein, that by Parker. It takes us to item number 36. BL 2025-764 by Greg, an ordinance to amend Title 17 of the Metropolitan Code of Laws, the zoning ordinance and Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County by changing from IWD to MUNA zoning for properties located at 183 Little Green Street, approximately 41 feet southeast of Edgar Street, all of which is described herein. Item number 37, BL 2025-765, an ordinance to amend Title 17 of the Metropolitan Code of Laws, the zoning ordinance of the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County by changing from RS 7.5 to R8A zoning for property located at 2718 Oakwood Avenue at the corner of Bullock Avenue and Oakwood Avenue, 0.22 acres, all of which is described herein. Item number 38, BL 2025-766 by Bradford, an ordinance to amend Title 17 of the Metropolitan Code of Laws and zoning ordinance of the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County by changing from R20 to IWD zoning for properties located at 2475 Couchville Pike and 1617 Reynolds Road at the southwest corner of Couchville Pike and Reynolds Road, 64.24 acres, all of which described herein. Item number 39, BL 2025-767, an ordinance, it was by Benton, an ordinance to amend Title 17 of the Metropolitan Code of Law the zoning ordinance of the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County by changing from AR2A to RM9 in S zoning for property located at 1385 Rural Hill Road, approximately 335 feet west of Took Drive, 4.03 acres, all of which described herein. Item number 40, BL 2025-768 by Johnston, an ordinance to amend Title 17 of the Metropolitan Code of Laws, the zoning ordinance of the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County by changing from RS15 to R15, zoning for property located at 5405 Hill Road Circle, approximately 264 feet north of Hill Road, 0.64 acres, all of which is described herein. And lastly, item number 41, BL 2025-769, an ordinance to amend Title 17 of the Metropolitan Code of Laws, the zoning ordinance of the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County by changing from R20 to IR zoning for property located at Reynolds Road unnumbered, approximately 1,780 feet southwest of Couchville Pike, 9.82 acres, all of which is described herein. Now with that, is there anything that needs to be removed from the consent agenda? Councilmember Allen.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. Just so that I can ask a question, RS 2025-1149. Which is the Hadley Park.
You want that removed
Yes,
from
please.
the consent? RS 2025-1149 is removed from
And that should be the
consent.
Hadley Park. Something funny's going on with my resolution numbers, but that's what I'm aiming for.
That one is the 1045 28th Avenue North?
Yes,
Yes.
that's it.
Are there any other items to be removed from consent? Seeing none, do we have a motion on the consent agenda? Properly moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed, no. Anyone not voting? The consent agenda is recommended. 8 in favor, 0 against, 0 not voting. And then that takes us to a separate consent of deferrals. I'll make it. $15, $16, and $25. Okay. Okay, we have three items, all with letters to defer. And they are items number 15, that's BL 2025-783, item 16, BL 2025-784, and item 25, BL 2025-740. And 24? Oh. Okay, and also item 24, its companion, BL 2025-739. Does anybody seek to remove either one of those from the consent agenda to defer? And then I will read those into the record before we vote. Item number, again, this is a consent agenda to defer one meeting. Item number 15, BL 2025-783, an ordinance that's by Toombs, Gamble, and others, an ordinance authorizing the renaming of an unimproved portion of Tony Road to Lillard Lane. And then item number 16, BL 2025-784 by Welsh, Gamble, and others, an ordinance authorizing the renaming of a portion of alley number 1892 right-of-way from Meade Avenue to alley number 1917 to Frankie Alley. Then item number 24, BL 2025-739 by Hancock, and ordinance to amend Title 17 of the Metropolitan Code of Laws, the zoning ordinance of the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County by applying a neighborhood conservation zoning overlay district to various properties located west of Neely's Bend Road and north of Longfellow Drive, zoned to RS20 and R20, 211.13 acres, all of which is described herein. And then item number 25, BL 2025-740, an ordinance, or that's also by Hancock, companion bill, an ordinance to authorize building material restrictions and requirements for BL 2025-739, a proposed conservation zoning overlay district on various properties located west of Neely's Bend Road and north of Longfellow Drive, zoned to RS20 and R20, 211.13 acres, all of which described herein. Does anyone seek to remove anything from the consent agenda to defer one meeting? Do I have a motion on that consent agenda? Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Any abstentions? Okay. Denied. Who came in? Okay, we'll now go to the items that were not. Oh, yeah. Before we move on, we'll announce that the consent to defer agenda, that's deferred one meeting, is recommended 9 in favor of that deferral of those items, 0 against, 0 not voting. Okay, that takes us to the items that were not on consent or bumped from consent. The first one is item number 2, RS 2025-1142 by Coupin, Porterfield, and Gamble. It's a resolution approving an intergovernmental agreement between the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County and the East Bank Development Authority. Councilmember Coupin, you're recognized.
Thank you, Vice Chair. I'd like to move for a one-meeting deferral with a brief comment.
A one-meeting deferral has been moved and properly seconded. Councilmember Coupin, you're recognized.
Thank you, Vice Chair. So this resolution and agreement will be discussed at the East Bank Committee meeting on the 17th at 4 p.m. It looks like on the website it's Committee Room 1 for that. So we are hoping to defer it one meeting so that the committee can take this up and discuss it and then bring it before the body for the next meeting.
Okay, is there any further discussion on that? Seeing none, there's a motion to defer. That's one meeting, is that correct? One meeting. The motion to defer one meeting. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Anyone not voting? And that motion to defer carries. It's 9 in favor, 0 against, 0 not voting. It takes us to item number 3 on our agenda, RS 2025-1143, a resolution approving Amendment 1 to the lease agreement by and between the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County, acting by and through the Metropolitan Board of Education, Conexión Americas. That's by Councilmember Vo, Porterfield, and others. Councilmember Vo, you are recognized.
Thank you so much, Vice Chair. Withdraw.
Withdraw. Thank you, Councilmember. And then item number 6, RS 2025-1149 by Taylor, Porterfield, and others, a resolution approving an agreement for the purchase of a half-acre parcel of property located at 1045 28th Avenue North for use in connection with construction of a new library. Let's see Taylor. Who's here? Where is she? We'll just pause for a brief moment while we wait on a sponsor. Okay. Councilmember Porterfield, you're recognized on item number 6.
Move for approval, please.
Okay. We need a committee member to move approval. Do we have
Thank you.
motions made, properly seconded? Back to Councilmember Porterfield for explanation.
Thank you. I will defer this to Director Darby or the administration for an explanation.
Good evening. I'm Tom Cross of Metro Legal. The purchase is for construction of a new library. It's the purchase and sale agreement that is the subject of the resolution.
It's on a little closer.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Has a provision, there's another lot that's going to be necessary as well. And there's a provision in the agreement that's before you that will allow us to terminate the agreement if we're not also able to get that piece of property.
Councilmember Allen, you had a question?
Yes,
And then-
thank you.
and
So
then-
my understanding is the existing library is on one side of the Samaritan Ministries, and this proposed lot is on the right side of this, which makes me wonder if maybe that's the property that we're looking at acquiring, or what's the plan for the existing land that the library is on?
Back to you, sir.
It will be incorporated into the project.
Okay, so the idea is to use all three of those lots. And since we did have a question about what would be happening to that ministry in the middle, is it fair to ask if there's,
I can tell you what I know, which is they are actively looking for another site. That's an important function in the community, and they want to keep providing it. So
okay,
there are several possibilities, but I think the one that would be best for them and probably best for Metro 2 is for them to find another place in the same area.
in the same area? So we're waiting on that.
Yes, we can't
Okay.
wait long because there's a fuse that's burning on
Understandable.
the purchase and sale agreement.
Okay, I hope we support that contingency. It's important to ensure that they stay in the community, it seems like. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Allen. Councilmember Benedict, you're good. Anyone else seeking recognition for questions on this item? We have a motion and a proper second. Are we ready to vote? All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Anyone not voting? And the motion carries 9 in favor, 0 against, 0 not voting. One. What about 24? Those are, okay, that's right. Okay, that takes us to item number 30. Then can we do 31? Okay. We can do items number 30 and 31 together since they are companion bills. Item number 30, BL 2025-756 by Coupon, an ordinance to amend Title 17 of the Metropolitan Code of Laws, the zoning ordinance of Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County by amending the River North Urban District Overlay District for various properties located on Cowan Street, Waterside Drive, Oldham Street, North First Street, River North Boulevard, Spring Street, and Cowan Street, 165.21 acres, to update urban design standards related to structured parking and building materials, all of which described herein. And item number 31, BL 2025-757, an ordinance to authorize building materials restrictions and requirements for BL 2025-756, the River North Urban Design Overlay for properties located on Cowan Street, Waterside Drive, Oldham Street, North First Street, River North Boulevard, Spring Street, and Cowan Street, 165.21 acres. Councilmember Coupon, you are recognized.
Thank you. I believe I'd like to move approval to get it before us.
A motion is made and properly seconded. Back to you, Councilmember.
I'd like to move the amendment.
Motion is made and properly seconded on the amendment. Councilmember Coupon.
Would love to give a little brief comment on it. This is just an amendment. We worked with some of the current property owners in the area, so making a couple of administrative tweaks to this, changing a couple things to make sure that the projects that are there can continue to be there. And so everything, we collaboratively came up with this, and everybody's supportive, so would appreciate the support of the amendment.
Thank you, Councilmember. Does anyone have any questions or seek recognition? Seeing none, are we ready to vote on the amendment? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Anyone not voting? The amendment is approved or recommended, 9 in favor, 0 against, 0 not voting. Back to you, Councilmember, for your legislation as amended.
Thank you, Vice Chair. I'd like to move as amended.
Moved and properly seconded. Any discussion on the legislation as amended? Ready to vote? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Anyone not voting? And these two items, that's 756 and 757, that's recommended as amended, 9 in favor, 0 against, 0 not voting. That takes us to items number 32 and 33. Those are also companion bills. That's item number 32, BL 2025-758 by Johnston, and ordinance to amend Title 17 of the Metropolitan Code of Laws and Zoning Ordinance of the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County by changing from R40 to SP zoning for properties located at 5633, 5637, 5639, 5645, 5651, 5661, 5665, and 5655 Valley View Road, approximately 960 feet south of Old Hickory Boulevard, 15 acres, to permit 71 multifamily residential units, all of which is described herein, and its companion, item number 33, BL 2025-759 by Johnston, an ordinance to authorize building materials, restrictions, and requirements for BL 2025-758, a proposed specific plan zoning district for properties located at 5633, 5637, 5639, 5645, 5651, 5661, 5665, and 5655 Valley View Road, approximately 960 feet south of Old Hickory Boulevard, 15 acres, to permit 71 multifamily residential units, all of which is described herein. Councilmember Johnston, you are recognized.
I need someone from the committee to move it, please.
Properly moved and seconded from the committee. Councilmember Johnston.
Thank you. And could someone please move my amendment?
Moved and seconded on the amendment. Councilmember Johnston.
Thank you. This is just an amendment that takes into account some advice that came from planning as well as NDOT that removes 4 private drives from the development, and I hope you will approve it.
Any discussion on the amendment? Seeing none, we're ready to vote. All those in favor of the amendment signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? No. Anyone not voting? The amendment is recommended, 9 in favor, 0 against, 0 not voting. On the bills now as amended. Moved and properly seconded. Councilmember Johnson, any further discussion?
No, sir, please move approval.
Anyone seeking recognition on these as amended? Seeing none, we're ready to vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. Anyone not voting? Recommended as amended, 9 in favor, 0 against, 0 not voting. This takes us to item number 34 and 35, also companions by Councilmember Cash. BL 2025-762, an ordinance to amend Title 17 of the Metropolitan Code of Laws, zoning ordinance of Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County by changing from CS to SP zoning for property located at, 2908 12th Avenue South at the northeast corner of Kirkwood Avenue and 12th Avenue South, 0.33 acres to permit non-residential uses, all of which described herein. And its companion item number 35, BL 2025-763, an ordinance to authorize building material restrictions and requirements for BL 2025-762, a proposed specific zoning district for property located at 2908 12th Avenue South at the northeast corner of Kirkwood Avenue and 12th Avenue South, 0.33 acres to permit non-residential uses, all of which is described herein. We have a motion on the bill. Motion is made. We have a second. Motion is made, properly seconded. Councilmember Cash.
Thank you. I have an amendment to, if someone would move that.
Motion on the amendment, properly seconded. Councilmember Cash.
Thanks. The amendment does two things. It basically gets, if there's to be, which I believe there will be, a restaurant use on the property, that they secure a valet plan or service. And the second thing that the amendment does is just enumerate that and the other conditions in the legislation for the SP.
Thank you, Councilmember. Any questions? Seeing none, we're ready to vote on the amendment. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Anyone not voting? And the amendment is recommended 9 in favor, 0 against, 0 not voting. Now, on the legislation as amended, again, this is two items, item 34 and 35. As amended, do we have a motion as amended? Moved and properly seconded as amended. Any discussion? Seeing none, we're ready to vote. All those in favor as amended signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Anyone not voting? It is recommended as amended. This is items, again, number 34, that's 762, and 35, 763. Recommended as amended, 9 in favor, 0 against, 0 not voting. I believe that completes our agenda. Is there any further business to come before the committee? Seeing none and without objection, we're adjourned.